at this point.
All right. So as much fun as looting treasure is,
Yeah, we're kind of
we're way over time.
All right. Yeah, we're way over time. So I'll let you guys know what the treasure was, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
That was it. That was a dragon slaying sword.
Oh Jesus Christ! Horn of blasting.
Horn of blasting.
Yeah.
All right. Let me take you guys back to the dashboard.
Okay. But that wasn't a dragon. It was a construct. Never mind.
It was a. So I did do one thing that wasn't SRD, wasn't wrong, is that I picked a dragon monster, and then gave it a construct type.
Oh, so he was a type of gem dragon, right?
The
Yeah.
integrity of our plate.
It got thrown out.
So pretty much the only thing here is that he probably wouldn't have got affected by heat metal.
All right. I got a stopwatch here. Where everybody gets 2 minutes to talk about what their feels. And then I'm still 2 hours over the time that I told my family that I would do this. All right, so that's all right. We do this. We do this for the game and for the community.
We get some better.
All right. I don't know. You want to just Wii shopping it?
Yeah, I'll probably Wii shop it.
All right. Okay, who wants to take the first 2 minutes? Anybody? Nobody?
Go down the list of Discord.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go.
All right.
Rogues suck.
Okay.
Why do rogues suck?
Yeah.
The rogues, the lack of opportunity attacks on a ready to action.
Mm-hmm.
The fast hands nerf books. It's so much less creative. It's just so much less creative.
Mm.
I mean, it's fine, but the sneak attack on an opportunity attack, that's a very niche thing that hardly happens. Doesn't happen.
No, but like even a ready to attack, you don't get sneak attack.
Yeah, right. It only happens during your turn.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
not a fan of, you know.
Wait. Rebby's got to go. He's got 100. He's got 1 minute 20 seconds left.
I debate more time. I like that all the feats are half feats now. Jump action seems like niche. No one even used it. Bards look kind of lame. No offense. Just the lack of part.
Untaken.
Rages look cool.
Yeah.
I am afraid though, because like we playtested at level 8, and the problem Rage was never bad at the level like 11 plus, and I still like it's not gonna be as bad, but it's pretty bad. At higher levels. But yeah, that's really my fault. Braw's boring. Who plays D&D like this? I mean, the game was still fun.
Okay, you have 30 seconds left. Anything else? Go once. Go twice.
I don't like the inspiration on a nat 1.
Okay.
It just kind of feels like a participation trophy.
As someone that earned that trophy 5 times, I'm okay with that. All right. Anything else?
Lucky sucks. Everything is just weaker now.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Who's up next? 2 minutes.
We just talked about Rogue. Let's the other person who played Rogue.
Well, I don't know him. I don't need the whole 2 minutes. Putting like evasion at level 9. That sucks because hardly any games go to level 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, just base rogue not being able to use like cool items. Like I bought a bunch of call traps, I bought a bunch of ball rings. Didn't get to use any of it because the fast hands for Rogue Thief, which used to be their thing, is now only for search actions and sleight of hand checks. Search actions, I mean, passive perception usually take care of that unless you definitely need some answer to some puzzle. Having study and search, as it's kind of just confusing. Having 2 S-letter, 5-letter words that basically do the same thing. Let's see. Just look at my character features. I like the new feats. I like a little bit of shaking things up. I like the direction they're going with them, making them all half feats, because then it doesn't feel as bad to not just take the ASI. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. The game was fun. But
okay.
Yeah.
All right, who's up next? 2 minutes.
I'll go next. If,
All right.
Like, all right. So I'll go with Bard first. Man, being locked out of a bunch of schools of magic really sucks. There's a lot of times where most of the spells I had were concentration, so I can only cast one spell every combat anyway. Even though I have all these cool spells now available to me, I couldn't use them because I had to use one at a time. So having more access to different schools of magic, so I can have different, spells would be nice. I kind of miss that, so that kind of sucks. The change inspiration, I understand what they're going for, but lessening the amount you have doesn't feel very good, because that's like the bard's one thing, and it feels like I have to hold on to it a lot more, and I can't use it as freely, which was the case for other bard too, but I had at least one extra at this point. So I'd imagine only having 2 until you hit level 6 or whatever it is would be kind of.
And also, but at that point, you only get them back on a long rest, not until you.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. It's 2 a day is a little rough, and with the changes to the spells that you have, you can't do much in combat. It feels like, which is really sad because you're a support bard. But the other thing I want to talk about was the half feats. Whereas I like the direction they're going for the half feats of being able to get an additional ability score check. It's very strange to me they chose to do that, but then changed all of the main abilities for some of the classes towards proficiency bonus. So if I had that +1 in charisma to even in the old system to give me another bardic inspiration, I can't use it in this system because it isn't tied to my class abilities as much, which is strange. I don't know if that's just a caster thing. My DCs will go up, that's cool, but a lot of my class abilities won't benefited from the half feats.
Okay. All right.
All right.
We'll go for the Rangers now. So either Crasher or Scotric.
Scotric, you want to go? Alan Elf?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Alan the Elf will go. All right, so, let's see. For the Ranger itself, obviously what we saw was pretty good, but much like we said earlier, that Ranger, at a certain level is pretty good, although it looks like mechanically at lower levels it's going to be better. Charger feat, best feat in the game, obviously.
Obviously.
You have to pick it. Bark skin we never got to try out because honestly it still wasn't a good option compared to a lot of the other ones that we had at our disposal. Unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah, jump action dome. At least cover guidance. Right, guidance was solid. I like guidance. The way that it's handled, because as a DM I hate hearing guidance every 2 seconds, and I don't like doing it as a player either, because I feel like a dick. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate the Hunter Ranger, which is the first time that's been said ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that, I mean, at least on the Ranger side, I really don't have too much to comment because out of the 3 classes, it definitely seems like the best option, honestly.
Okay.
I knew that because we're all experts, every skill check was basically just, we were doing it for the sake of rolling.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? You got time?
I don't think so offhand. Just because honestly, some of the stuff we're not even going to be able to do anything until we can compare it to the other classes when we see them. Like, let's see what a fighter and paladin look like before we compare a ranger to anything.
Truth.
Yeah.
All right. God, I'll try to do 2 minutes. Let's see. Okay. I feel like Ranger is a perfect example of gross over compensation. And I feel like Bard and Rogue were 2 of the 5e classes that were actually very well built and very well balanced alongside the Cleric. And so I feel like they were unnecessarily nerfed for this playtest in an effort to make the less good classes seem better. And I feel like every decision that was made for the Rogue and the Bard was detrimental to the play style of those classes and to the fun that those classes could provide. I am very thankful that Remy took the hit for me, and I didn't have to play a rogue, because as I've played rogues since 5e came out. I played a multi-class character who was rogue all the way to 20. I played a rogue all through Rime. I'm playing a rogue right now in Monster Hunter. I played a rogue in Terry's miniseries. I played a lot of rogues. I would not have been happy playing a rogue with these rules. I don't think that they're very good, and I don't think that they're very fun. I do think that this was a pretty cool ranger, but at one point, the DM thought I was a rogue because I was able to play the way I normally play a rogue only by playing a ranger, which was quite ironic because a lot of people will play a rogue in current 5th edition to play a ranger because a rogue scout is better than a ranger in the current 5e. So it was just a mess. I built around jumping. I never did a single jump check the entire adventure. Like all the cool things that we normally expect to happen in a game, nothing happened. Like that, we were kind of expecting to happen. Like rule of cool, we would have been throwing gnomes. Bosses would have had a decent amount of health. There would have been cool shit happening. I felt like none of us tried to do anything creative with any of our skills because we were trying so hard to play raw. And we knew that like we had to play within the restraints of the skills. And so I felt like these expert classes that could have been so much better and could have been so much more fun, they just weren't.
I will say on that is that we're also playing at level 8, and
yeah,
at level 8, you kind of like. Also, I think this adventure probably doesn't support the crazy stuff like that too.
Oh, well, here's your 2 minutes. Go for it.
Okay. So, expert classes and this adventure, I will say, when I think of expert classes, I think of heist. But honestly, the way these classes are designed, I think a normal like dungeon crawl would probably be a better way to test out this stuff. Because yes, they all have a lot of skills, and we're using a lot of skills here. But the thing with skills is your testing is just I'm rolling dice and I have a number.
And mathematically we're all set.
So I think a better way to test out these the classes would been more of a dungeon crawl or like something simpler like that, like a 5-room dungeon or something like that. In terms of just seeing how everybody played out, yes, I think it's kind of sad that I felt like for Bard you didn't really have that many options to do something to help when we're in combat.
I had Vicious Mockery, and that was like it.
I mean,
yeah.
All you did was decant your slaughter every fight, every round. Like
I
you were playing a firefighter.
The thing is, it's like I could cast a spell, but I'm concentrating already, so I can't cast those spells. I have one damaging spell, but it's an AoE. I'm gonna hit all my friends if I use it.
Yeah.
And I had Vicious Mockery, and that was about it.
Yeah, and so like at that point, I guess, are they expecting bards to attack with
a bow? Yeah,
a bow.
That's what I was thinking too, but my stats didn't really support that at the end of the day.
And also they don't really support that in the description for making the basic description and recommendations for bard.
Yeah, and literally
there's
the features
for rogue, seeing the 2 types. So we had the melee with shield rogue, and we had the sneaky range rogue. That sneaky range rogue is I feel like that's what normal rogue, like the way you're playing it felt like normal raw 5e rogue. Actually,
yeah,
like
the only way
you hide, you shoot, and that's pretty much it. And then when you have a thing, you could do it. For the melee, I feel like
Well, I took a feat to even wear that kind of armor and use the shield.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to test out the dual wielding on a rogue and see if that helped any bit.
Well, we had dual wielding on a ranger, and
on a ranger, yes,
yeah,
and it worked out really well on them. But I know, but ranger also has extra attack. So
trying to build a dual wielding rogue is what put me onto just playing a ranger because
the main issue is it doesn't even they don't get the 2-weapon fighting style.
Yeah.
So like
the thing.
You're rolling an attack roll for a d6 damage.
Yeah. So the thing here is it looks like rogue does not have a lot of customization in terms of what it can use from its feats because of all the restrictions that it kind of has on it.
Yeah.
Ranger is kind of has so much of like nothing is so there's not really any restrictions on its features to stop it from taking other feats to make it customizable.
Yeah, one of the most frustrating things I encountered building the rogue was all of the feats that seemed like they made sense for the rogue thematically and mechanically. There was overlap with the features in Rogue.
Yeah,
So it's
Rogue
like I was taking-
Thief is such lazy design because it was like 1/3 or 1/2 of any feat that you take is already a Rogue Thief ability. So like,
Poker and Observant, I couldn't take, right?
yeah, I don't know.
Dual wielders, not good.
Here's another thing, just real quick on guidance. Resistance is also a cantrip that doesn't see. No one ever takes it, right?
Mhm.
And it adds a D4 to a saving throw. If that worked the same way as guidance, I think people would actually take that cantrip. So I think that's kind of cool.
Right.
The guidance changes, all right, because it's not spammed as much.
Yeah.
But then, like in resistance, like if you could, because it takes your reaction to give someone that die, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that'd be super cool to give someone a D4 on a really crucial saving throw they have to make.
Yeah. No, there
And
were
if the
some.
cost of reaction seems balanced too.
Yeah. There were some good decisions that were made in feats, in guidance. I liked the change to dual wielding. I thought that was a much needed change. There were a lot of good things going over here in this update. I feel like they're going to be overshadowed by the outrage at what they've done to Bard and Rogue, and that's a real shame. I think people are only going to be able to, like, even now we only had 2 minutes, so of course we want to point out that we feel that Bard and Rogue were done dirty, but there was also good things happening, but they were overshadowed by the
I think the easiest fixes for, at least for Bard, is just open up their schools a bit more.
And just one more thing about the Bard too, real quick. They took away Lore Bard's magical secrets, and I feel like Lore Bard was, they get it really early, gives them options as a spellcaster Bard. I didn't have that, so I couldn't. My options were even more limited than I was a regular Lore Bard, because I had to stick with the schools.
And to hear someone
That's
describe a
successful
Bard,
firewall.
to hear someone describe a Bard as limited is the most heartbreaking thing in the world to me.
That's what I'm
Because
saying, yeah.
yeah,
Crazy.
I've played every
think
type of Bard,
Abjuration-
and I can't. Oh,
Like, I understand the want for limiting spell schools, and I think that's fine, but the choice of not being able to take Abjuration was very strange to me.
I hate limiting that part. Like, I'm fine with them separating the spells into, like, these different, like, domains. But, like, even for Ranger, you can't take Evocation. You're a half-caster. Who cares if you're spending your 5th level, 2nd level spell on an Evocation spell?
yeah. Just do this. Add the power source as a tag. Leave the spell list as class-based spell list, and just get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just another quick thing, too. I took a Scroll of Heroism, and halfway through the adventure, I realized I cannot cast that, because that Bard and Paladin only spell is no longer on the Bard spell list. I don't have access to it. And that sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
jeez.
Another observation is actually by changing, like, for example, Hunter's Prey and Sneak Attack not being able to proc off of opportunity attacks, that's another good example of that actually harming the Bard, because you could have thrown out Dissonant Whispers. You would have been able to trigger the reactions for other people, being able to get those opportunity attacks. And so even the design of the classes hurt the Bard, the other ones.
To address something mentioned earlier about the opportunity attack triggering a sneak attack not happening a lot. It doesn't happen a lot because nobody plays melee rogues, right? Like, there's a handful of melee rogues, and that is one of the benefits of playing a melee rogue, is that you get that extra sneak attack off of opportunity attacks. You're willing to risk it with your lower hit die and your light armor. You're getting up there toe to toe with the bad guys instead of like the wusses that are, constantly hiding and pew pew with their bow. You're actually up there risking your life. Yeah, you should get that extra opportunity attack. I don't know.
Maybe it
It's
happens every
anything-
3 sessions once,
So would
You've not been watching Monster Hunter.
It happens way more
I
than that.
get 2 sneak attacks like every round. Yeah.
In fact, the class kind of needs you to get those, because if you don't, if you really look at the math, it does fall
the
behind.
math.
Yeah.
Rogue does
Now
fall
think
far.
about it. What if if they, because right now they went, when they came out with this UA, they went back to the old crit rules and everything like that. What if we had the old crit rules when sneak
Oh
attack could
my
even crit?
God.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
So
All right.
Would
Yeah,
there have been anything you guys would have built differently on your characters here, having played through it now? Like,
With
would you
the
have changed
same
anything?
options,
Yeah,
Yeah,
with the same
same
options.
I would have taken the boots of flying.
I would have played a ranger.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy to say.
Yeah.
Ranger good, Charger good, Bard and Rogue bad.
I think
I
I
might
would
have
have dropped
dropped-
spells a little more, but
No,
I don't know.
I wouldn't change from what Mike said. I had an idea for Mike. had the concept set because as soon as it's all charged, I'm like, okay, as a rogue, I could
Charge
bonus
in,
action,
yeah.
sneak away and charge in.
But-
And bonus action,
but-
go do whatever I needed to.
And now you
I
know
would've
you just need to move like 10 feet.
10 feet,
parallel.
yeah. You just got a 5e shuffle and you're good to go. Yeah.
What about the other feats that we took that wasn't Charger? I liked Musician, was cool. I'm sad about Inspiring Leader nerf, but you know, is what it is.
I felt like Speedster as a half feat. I still would have probably preferred to have Mobile. But
Yeah, I think taking away mobile's a big nerf to Rogue too.
yeah. But I enjoyed being fast, and I enjoyed being super strong despite being small. I thought that was kind of cool. But that was from an item, not from anything that this did. I don't know.
For me, it's mostly just like the feats. They didn't really feel super impactful. The study action didn't feel helpful. The extra expertise. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it, but it's not like great, especially since I already have 4.
Yeah.
And sharpshooter, I feel like I just didn't even notice it. I don't like the taking away the -5 for +10. I know Crash hates that, but I really feel like that's the only way as a ranged character you stay. Your damage
Stay
somewhat
relevant,
stays in line.
yeah.
Yes, it's relevant.
Yeah.
It's because you have like a half orc or whatever up front barbarian with their 1d12 great
mean,
axe, you know.
Well, in this case, both people don't lose it though. So
Yeah.
with the
Wait,
change of
the Great
sharpshooter
Weapon
also-
Master?
Yeah.
I thought Great Weapon Master still
Your
had it.
proficiency
Nah.
damage once per round.
Yeah.
round.
Once per round, your PB. It ain't nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like they're paring down damage, and then putting it in some places else and like spreading out. Because like Charger, you know, a D8 every time you do that, that's pretty good. But it does seem like a lot of things are being slightly nerfed in terms of
It feels
damage
like they're
numbers,
trying
and
to-
it's more.
Sorry.
But I think like it's like the place like we're used to the one play style, and then this is just a really different. Like it's less options in terms of creativity, and then you know, kind of like
It feels like you could run you could run a much calmer and easier to manage adventures league with these rules, but like
yes.
yeah. I don't know.
Like I got 2 responses to that. One, I feel like them toning down the game is not good for the game. The fact that like no one's excited about this. Like no one is like reading.
They are chasing everyone over to Pathfinder 2 because Pathfinder 2 is proud of how overpowered everything is from the get-go, which is exactly what 4th edition was. Everything in 4th edition was super powered from level 1 onwards. That was the design philosophy for Pathfinder 2. They're just I don't know.
It feels like they're trying to put classes into specific boxes. It feels like limiting the options that classes might have to be creative with the
Honestly,
builds and stuff like that.
They should, you know, what's a thing here. Take off because right now they put the fighting style feats are only for warrior group, and then some feats are only for expert and warrior, and something
That sucks.
maybe and in other feats there's no group, but there's a ability score requirement.
Yeah.
There's a lot of prerequisites on feats that makes it, and then the way feats some stuff are worded that it doesn't really benefit for what you're trying to do. Which I guess, I mean, I'm pretty sure people have complained about that before too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like.
All right. Well,
we can chat about this
second
all day.
response?
What if we do like a final thumbs up, thumbs down?
yeah, because we're 2 hours over,
four.
and I
Alright,
Wait,
Crash.
okay.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
thumbs down for class design, thumbs up for everything else.
All right, gotcha.
Agree. Same thing.
All right, I'm also a thumbs down.
Okay.
For this playtest, the first playtest, thumbs up. This one, thumbs down. Bro,
For a playtest specifically focused on classes, thumbs down. Didn't
Okay.
like it.
skip me.
I'm double thumbs down. There wasn't enough positive changes to make.
Right
it feel
down.
good about it.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of on a down too, and honestly, I think I should have did a different adventure for this.
No, we had opportunities to test all the different things. So
I understand, but I feel like there was like a heist.
It was a lot of
with this.
roleplay. I feel
There's
like.
a lot of roleplay.
Classes,
Yeah.
These classes, this is the kind of stuff they're supposed to be good
I
at.
know they're supposed to be that, but I don't think the design wise they're
all right,
not,
well,
they're not that anymore.
there's still time. There's still time. We could
Yeah.
just get a disposable ass 3-room dungeon that has no role playing. It is all mechanics, and set an actual fucking timer and just run some numbers through it. That's fine too.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go. So I'm
Yeah, I gotta
I'm
go.
gonna end
Bye,
the stream.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. Bye.